I'm Tom Baker, this is Chasing Cars, and this orange beast next to me is the best Lexus ever made, with the possible exception, of course, of the LFA supercar. This is the GSF, a long-awaited competitor to cars like the BMW M5 and the Mercedes-AMG E63. Well, all three are luxurious and powerful sedans, but the Lexus makes its power in a very different way. It throws out the turbos in favour of a 5-litre V8 producing 351 kilowatts of power. But with all that power going to the rear wheels alone, the GSF on paper looks like an old school muscle car, but it impresses with sharp handling, it looks really great as well, so all in all what we've got here is a very convincing sports sedan. F-Division haven't changed much on the interior of the GS, and that's fine. It may be a 4-year-old design in here, but on the whole it's understated and comfortable. Many of the surfaces though have been changed to Alcantara, like part of these ultra-supportive sports bucket seats. Not only are they great for keeping you in place in faster and sportier driving, but they also have that bolstering that you need to stay comfortable over long distances on the highway. The 12-inch widescreen up here is what brings you your navigation and your audio. It's crisp, it's big, it got lots of comments throughout the week, so that's a job well done. You control the screen though through the Lexus remote touch controller down here, which is still fiddly. My opinion hasn't really changed on that. The sound system, it's a punchy Mark Levinson one. It's not the crispest one that I've heard in a Lexus, but on the whole, it's nice, bassy, and gets the job done. The best part of the interior though has got to be the build quality. It seriously feels a step above the BMW and the Mercedes. Every surface you touch in here, from the lovely soft leather on the steering wheel to the Alcantara above the Speedo, and even surfaces you really can't even see down here, they're all covered in lovely soft materials. The doors thunk, the entire thing feels bulletproof. The wheelbase of the GS is pretty generous, so accommodation back here is fine for 2 big adults and also fine for 3 skinnier people as well at a pinch. At 6'0", you can see I've got enough headroom and also good legroom sitting behind myself here, so comfort's okay. While we're back here, we'll turn to the price. So the GSF starts to look like really good value right about now. So it's $148,800. You can add some extra options though, not too many. So BMW recently launched the M5 Pure, which is a lower cost version of their M5, but it's still $185,000. And then stepping up to the Mercedes-AMG E63, that car is $250,000. So with this one at about $149,000, is the Mercedes 100 grand better? No way. The GSF's 520 litre boot is a little bit smaller than what you get on the Mercedes, though its nice wide opening means it's quite practical. However, keep in mind there's no folding rear seats on this car, so it really is a case of what you see is what you get. I won't lie, sometimes it's pretty cool to do what I do. Not just because you get to drive some great cars, but also because you get to see car brands on a journey of improvement over many years, and Lexus is one of those brands. In the mid-2000s, they decided they wanted to do the performance car thing, and they launched the ISF in 2007, which was fun but raw. The second effort was the RCF Coupe, which you and I drove a couple of years ago, and that was much better. Now we're on the third attempt, the GSF, and we're really starting to approach those German levels of precision now. The GSF is just lovely and cohesive to drive, with the engine, the drivetrain, and the handling all meshing together to come up with something really engaging and fun. So what are we working with here? Well, the engine's the same one that's been in the last 2 F cars, the 5-litre V8. And here in the GS, it's producing 351 kilowatts of power at 7,100 RPM and 530 Newton meters in the mid-range. As I said before, there's no turbo, so to get the best out of it on the right kind of road, you'll want to absolutely mash it. And you will want to do that because the noise is great. Cue the noise. See what I mean? Not bad at all. The handling's also impressive. The steering is very accurate, although the electric power steering system actually makes the wheel feel a little bit numb. That said, the precision mostly makes up for it. On a back road, the GSF feels like a nice, sharp tool, which is contrasted to that big V8, which on paper can look kind of old school muscle car and like a blunt instrument. The The transmission isn't the fastest, it's an 8-speed conventional automatic, and the BMW's is definitely better. But as long as you have the GSF in Sports Plus, it is quick enough. The ride quality is brittle at lower speeds, but it calms down a lot at higher speeds. It's also quiet on the highway, which means this is quite a good compromise car. Fuel use, well, it's high, as I'm sure you've expected, but it's not that bad. If you drive it hard, it'll return 15 or 16 litres per 100 kilometres, and on the highway, a really impressive 9. Compare that to something like the 6.2 litre V8 that most of the Holdens use now, and that will return more than 20 litres per 100 kilometres in town. So Lexus have done an alright job in keeping it reasonable. All of the expected safety systems are here as well, like active cruise control, blind spot alert, and rear cross traffic alert, though it would be really cool if they would include lane keeping assist in the future as well. The naturally aspirated V8 engine is one of the greatest delights in motoring. They won't last much longer. The Germans have already bolted on turbos, diluting some of the fun. The fact that the GSF hasn't makes this Lexus so worthy of consideration. The price is attractive because the GSF is a proper modern classic.